Doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Couldn't be better. Um, First of all, I want to talk about kind of, your thought process to last year and kind of wanting to come back for, the additional year, taking the opportunity to use the COVID year and to come back. Just talk about your thought process about that.
Um, I think last year just kind of left me a little, I don't know, just like a little pit in my stomach. Just didn't like the way that it ended off. And really think that as a program, like we can be so much better than that. And so, um, and like as you all know, like we have a pretty young team this year, and just thought that we could use some people just to come back as um, and help lead this program a little more. And so that's what kind of my mission for this year is for coming back is just to try to grow this program as much as I can before I leave and just leave it better than I found it. And other than that, just for myself, I just wanted to come back and do what I know how to do. Um, and so, yeah, those are my kind of thoughts coming back. Just, I want I want this program to be the best, and I want it to have success, which I haven't seen typically since I've been here. And I just want this program just to thrive like I know that it can. So that was kind of my thought process.
I mean, was it kind of like, I want to say a no doubter, but did you feel pretty good in your mind at the end of last year that you knew you wanted to return?
Yeah, yeah, for the most part, yeah. I think there was some things to discuss with my fiance then. Married now, so I have a wife, so I had to talk a few of those things through. Um, but other than that, yeah, it was a kind of a no brainer for me. Had to talk some things through. But at the end of the day, yeah, this is where I knew that I wanted to be for this year.
And then one last question for me. I'm sure you probably know the spring game is going to be on May 1st. There was just a press release about, I'm going to say 30 minutes ago. Just kind of your thoughts about that and first time in 2 years you guys are going to have a spring game in front of some fans and just your first thoughts about that.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think obviously it's a lot later than a bunch of other schools, but we had some circumstances that we're working through, playing through, and so yeah, personally, I'm excited. This has been a great spring so far, and I'm excited to where how we're building, and I'm excited for that spring game, just to see what all guys can do under the pressure of a spring game.
Hey, Sam, you just mentioned that leadership role that you've been taking on. I wanted to ask, when you have a team that I guess could be going through a coaching change, what's your role in terms of keeping guys together, keeping them focused? Have you had some conversations with maybe some younger guys to help them with that?
Yeah, I think when that coaching change happened, there's just some general, just like what are the players going to think and things like that. And I think that the older players, the strength coaches did a good job of just leading the team through that. And it's at the end of the day, we're here for to make KU better and to get a degree. And so that's our focus, that's our mission. And so despite all the coaching changes and things like that, we still had a mission, and Coach Jones carries on that mission too. So honestly, like I thought it would be kind of and in terms of like the players, I thought it would be harder than it was, but it really wasn't because everyone was on the same mindset, and so that made it really easy. And so yeah, I felt pretty good through that, and I thought that our team worked through it really well.
Yeah. Have there been any younger guys in that front seven or really on the defensive line that have maybe you've taken under your wing that you really feel like you're mentoring?
Yeah, really close to and really like working with Keenan Caldwell and Caleb Taylor, Jeremy Robinson. Those are great guys. They work really hard, and especially Caleb Taylor's in the weight room consistently, always trying to get better, always working on little things when some extra things, when he has time. And so those three guys are really good at doing the work and trying to learn, trying to be aggressive in their learning, and it's great to work with them. They're a joy to work with, and so yeah, I love working with those guys. I try to instruct them as much as I can, and learn from them as well, because they push me just with their energy, and youth, and it's great all around. And those three guys I think I love working with, and also with the outside backers like Steven Parker, Hayden Hatcher, Dylan Downing. They come work with us for pass rush and things like that. So it's great working with them too. They're eager to learn, and they're great listeners, and they're really good at what they do. So.
Yeah. And I actually wanted to ask you about Caleb Taylor, and just what does he do that makes him stand out on the field?
Yeah, I think, it really starts in the weight room. He grinds continuously, and it pushes me too. His work ethic is unbelievable, and it starts in the weight room, and it carries on to the football field. He's probably out there still right now working on steps, and so I'm really excited about him. I think the sky's the limit for him. Just happy to be working with him, and hopefully I can guide him along the way, and he's going to be great someday.
Thanks.
Hey Sam, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
Good. Hey, I want to start off asking you about just you're a super senior. You mentioned you're married. You've obviously been around the program a while. What's it like just maybe like having that age gap between like someone in your situation and you've got some true freshmen that just graduated high school. What's it like to have that kind of difference in personnel?
Yeah, I think it's different for sure. Like I said, we do, and like you point out, we do have a young team, and so so the thing that I really wanted to do when I came back is just provide experience, provide kind of wisdom, leadership, and so to the young guys. So whatever I can let them know, I'll let them know. I try to talk with them, let them know how they're doing. I think that is what I like to do, and how I like to kind of help those young guys kind of bridge that gap, because the faster they can learn and adapt to kind of the level that they're at now, the best they'll be. And they're young, they're eager to learn, and they're doing really well at learning what they need to do. I mean, obviously there's a lot of young guys that guys in these interviews have talked about that are really standing out, and so bridging that gap is just from an age standpoint is it's there, but I like doing it. I mean, these guys are great, and they're great to talk to, great to learn from. So
I also want to ask you about Marcus Harris. When you've seen him in action this spring, what stands out about what he does?
Yeah, Marcus, just like Caleb, he's a great worker. He's very social, and he pushes all of us. He's a great he's coming into himself as a leader and as a man, and yeah, he's doing great. I think the best thing that he does is he just slips out of blocks so easily, and so I try to even mimic him in myself. I try to do the best I can to follow his, because he's slippery. But I think that as far as I've seen in the spring, he's just done a good job all around. But he's getting really good at that, and so I know that he's really working on his pass rush, and I'm excited to see where that'll go too.
And I know you guys are still kind of early in the spring, but I was curious to see your thoughts on maybe what are the strengths of the defense at this point?
Yeah, I think our strengths are cohesiveness and energy. And energy is something that Coach Jones has really pushed, and I've seen a lot of growth in that. The other one, the consistency and cohesiveness I talked about. I feel great about this defense. We're putting in great things. This is coming on our third year, so us older guys know what we're doing, and we can teach the younger guys a lot easier. We can help the coaches coach, and that's what you want to see in any program, and that's what I want to see on this defense. The older guys coach the young guys just as much as the coaches do, and so that's what I love to see. The young, like I said, the young guys are learning fast. They're getting it. They're full of energy. That I think Taiwan talked about. OJ, he's doing great. And there's been some position changes, but guys are picking it up really quick. And overall, I'm just excited to see where all we go. And so I think the defense is doing great so far. And I've been really excited to see the strides that we've made. So.
Hey Sam, what's the biggest jump you're looking to make personally with your game, or have already made this off season?
Yeah, I'm just looking. First off, I'm looking to have more, confidence in myself, and more of a dominant mindset. And that comes in all spaces. Whether it's school, sports, um, anything. I want to just attack everything with the same energy. Um, and so I think that's first off, and I think from there, that leads to different parts of the football. Run, pass, everything. Just want to continue to keep getting better, and especially I think personally, pass. I'm trying to work on and get better at, and Coach Drake is helping me a lot with that. And so those are personal things that I want to work on, especially pass. And so just trying to get better every day, and work that extra stuff that's important. And that, yeah.
And then you mentioned you got married this off season. I have to imagine planning a wedding during a pandemic and executing it has to be kind of crazy. What was that experience like? And just do you have any crazy stories from that?
Yeah, that was really hard. We had planned for like a 275 person wedding, but they told us that we had to cut it down to 120. And so, after that, you're like, oh crap, who do we invite? And so, and from there they had us split the 120 into two different buildings. And so that was very, you had to split up pretty much your friends and family. But on the wedding day, I had no idea. On the wedding day, we got married and we came to like the dinner part of it, and everyone is in the same building. They allowed us to be in the same building. So that was the biggest, other than obviously getting married, that was the biggest blessing of the day, is just having everyone in the same building. But yeah, that was crazy. We had to cut our numbers, split our group. Very stressful, especially for my wife. And so yeah, that was, I would not want to do that again. That was crazy.
Yeah. What's your wife's name? And did it almost feel like you were doing a draft when you were having to whittle it down to who you were inviting at that point?
Yeah, it was. It's not fun at all. And but yeah, my wife's name is Reese Arnold. She rode here at the University of Kansas. She's actually the fastest woman at fastest woman rower at KU. So she holds the record. So just got to give her a little shout out right there.
Cool. Thanks. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.